Good morning. Yeah, good morning. It's July 12th, 2021. Just here to tell a story. I don't know what story I'm gonna tell. I was about to say it could be the story of what my last couple of weeks have been like. It could be the story of your life. Who fucking knows? But I just wanted to do something to connect and also let you know, as I've kind of like been mentioning, it's just been a lot of things that have been going on. We'll see if I end up getting into them. But what I think I'm in the process of learning right now, and I know this, it's like things that I know. I think that's the theme of life right now. Things that I already know that are like the right thing for me, but accepting that these are the right things to do. It's more of just like, growing up. And really having to grow the fuck up, like growing up and just like adjusting to the new, that takes time, and that takes like going back and forth. You feel what I'm saying? Like reconfiguring and renegotiating the terms as to what that looks like. And that's the space that I think that I've been in for like the last couple of months, like secretly. Okay. So we're going to start with a little quick past, present, future. So past comes up as the soul card, which is going to be traditional sun. Onija Cowrie, which is going to be traditional Knight of Pentacles for the present. And then the Four of Canes, which is actually very ironic because I just pulled the Four of Staffs, which I believe is the same card from this other deck. So I'm going to start with where I guess we have been. And I hope my phone does not go off in the middle of this because I'd be so pissed off. Anyway, so the past, representative of the soul, and it's just like all seeing, all knowing, kind of just like being clear, feeling much more, I guess, like put together in a sense. I feel like my past, or over the past couple of weeks, or over the past couple of months, honestly, has just been like this sense of like healing. And it's been a very intense healing. You know what I'm saying? Like the sun brings up, at least for me traditionally, this sense of completion, this sense of like things are about to, follow up, and like, things are coming out positive. It's a lot of healing. It's a lot of just like, optimism and stuff like that. And that optimism has been a double-edged sword, to be quite honest. I want to say this started probably like May, where it was just like, I know that I tend to go to extremes sometimes with like my emotions, or, just like what I'm feeling, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like I just feel very much. And it actually makes me think of when I went home. I think my mother finally recognized not just my own sensitivities, but also just like how my sensitivity to other energy and like external things and like getting caught up in stuff is actually just like a natural part of like who I've always been. And I have been learning how to heal through understanding that I do not belong everywhere that I used to belong. And that also means not just with connections or just like relation to other places, or other people, you know what I'm saying? It's just like other places, like things that I may have used to like doing, people that I may have used to like being around, you know what I'm saying? I felt the connection. It doesn't feel the same way anymore, which feels like we're shifting in different directions. And like sometimes that comes with people that you don't necessarily expect that, that realization to come with. And I feel like that has been, like the majority of the healing that has been taking place. But it's very uncomfortable. And I always, since this is soul, and me, summer soul came through. Every summer feels like a rebirth for me, but it also feels like a very difficult time. Like my summers are normally very like all over the place. And I think that's mainly because I have been, I was in education for so long that my realization, or just like, my reality when it comes to the summertime is like, what's the next moves you're going to make? And what's the next level that you are stepping into? Are you re-signing your contract? How are you going to cram all of your fun into these couple of weeks that you have for summertime? And because this is the time of the year that I feel like I work the most now, it's just a very different realization to like be in the midst of. So I've just been getting through a lot of that. and it takes hard work. So Anaja Cowrie comes up. This is the traditional Knight of Pentacles. When this comes up for me, or comes up like just in my reality, it makes me think of just like the work that needs to be done in order to like know that your money is in order. So it's been like the present has a lot of opportunities that are coming my way. And some that I don't even know yet, but I just feel that they're coming. Like I know that this is not the end, it's only the beginning. But in my mind, it's just like, am I working the right way? Am I doing what I actually want to do? And this has been a question that I have been trying to answer for myself quite often over the last, like I'm getting back to that place of just like, I love to reinvent myself. And I'm just like, what am I reinventing myself with that feels sustainable? How can others in my life support that? Or how can I bring people into my life that support that vision that I am having? What is the vision? You feel what I'm saying? What am I working on? One of some of the things that I wrote for my Cancer New Moon intentions was all about defining temptation and avoiding it. And then also just like scheduling how I operate and scheduling, like asking for help and like getting really to the core of what it is that I do in order to work best. So now I'm actually, because I'm nosy, want to see if I can pull up, because I got my computer right here. And the Knight of Pentacles is one of those cards where I know what she means, but I always love to get additional, context because of me being a student forever. So Knight of Pentacles, key words here, and this could be for anybody out there that needs it: efficiency, hard work, and responsibility. It says this is about the daily task and the responsibility that one has to gain through a specific project. The Knight has the patience to accomplish all his given duties and is considered by others reliable and committed to his work. This is an indication there is a need to be trustworthy and reliable. You are fully committed to your assignments and you make sure that you complete your work efficiently. You are absolutely loyal and do the best you can in order to make sure the job will be properly completed. Though your sense of duty is admirable, beware that it does not turn into perfectionism, which can manifest itself in every aspect of your life. This can represent routine or the kind of general hard work that you go through every day. It also advises you should continue to do exactly what you are doing. Sticking with the tried and true methods, you accomplish everything you have set out to do. So, ironically, this time of my life, or just like the month of July, as far as like external work, or just like doing things for others aside from like the day jobs and stuff like that I have going on, I tried to limit it because last month felt very overwhelming. Like June hit and it like actually May hit and it felt like I was just like running with like things to do. And I've just needed some time to like step back. And I know that I don't have to explain that to anybody. But I feel like that is also part of the power of just being like, this is where I'm at. And being like that with everybody around me, like I've just been pulling back from a lot of different things in order to put into myself. Like I had a journal prompt in my therapy journal today, and it was basically talking about where are 3 social environments that you can find peace, or just like allows you to like relieve stress. Social environments that allow you to relieve stress. And of course, like in my mind today, I'm like, well, where is that? You feel what I'm saying? I was like, you don't go to bars anymore because that's not safe. And you've also had some moments where you have kind of like run into those recently and that did not go over well. So that's not a great place for you. I was like, I do like being by water. I do like being by, you know what I'm saying? Like by piers and shit like that, by parks. So like, I was like, well, you don't do that often, but it does bring you peace. I struggled with the last 2 and I'm still trying to like figure those out. I was like the Botanica, but of course I don't always want to spend money. And then another place, I really love going to restaurants by myself. And like sometimes I'll take like a book, sometimes I'll just take some music. Like yesterday I went to Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. It's one of them places growing up that was like a treat. And I love Italian food. So I went there. Also got to play Superman. I'm just minding my business, trying to eat my food, and somebody's phone got stolen. And of course, I'm the only person that sees this phone getting stolen. I don't know that it is being stolen in the moment that it's being stolen. But come to find out it is being stolen, then I, helped the young man who was losing his phone. And then apparently I found out that as I was walking out the door, I guess they chased the guy down and they found where his phone was. So I was like, look at me doing my due diligence for the day. But yeah, I went there. I was reading Big Brother updates because it's Big Brother season. And it's good this year so far. So it's messy, but it's good. So yeah, it's just like that. And then also like I have been, well, today part of my plan is to think about like what are the things that I have to do. And also just like what do I need to make time for myself to create right now? What am I creating that's devoid of necessity to somebody else? Because I haven't been in that space of creation lately. And that's only because I feel like I have been ingesting information and really learning life for me. And now I just need to like write about it or like talk about it. And I'm still processing what that looks like. But I do see that the Four of Wands, Four of Canes comes up, and this is all about victory. So our future is representative of victory. And I also pulled this earlier today. It's for anybody that's probably potentially like moving home. I know that that's something, it's just like sweeping up like the last little bits of things. So maybe it's going to be me cleaning my house because my house looks a fucking mess right now. But the Four of Wands comes up, and this is all about kind of, you know, celebrating completion, celebrating being through things, celebrating being through a space of just like getting some things done. And that's really important for us right now to celebrate the victories that we have overcome, even if things have not been easy. Like there have been some things that have become very clear for us that we cannot do. You feel what I'm saying? And like, I hate to categorize as that, but it's like, look, this takes away from me. And if you feel some sort of way about that, like I can't take that on. But I also know that part of it comes with communication, and it's just like when the Four of Wands comes up, this is about like your trusted, tried, and true people. This ain't just you being affirmed by everybody, you know what I'm saying? This is you being affirmed by like the right people around you. See, this is how hard my life is. All my nail polished and came off except for this one. That's, yeah. Anyway, I just noticed that. But victory is coming, and more opportunity is coming. I don't know what that looks like because I'm honestly just trying to figure out like what the fuck I'm doing. Like I feel like I'm doing well, but I'm not doing as well as I would like to be. And I feel like retrograde came through, and I feel like looking back at it, she was not good. Like she was hard. She was very hard. She was very depressing. She was very hard and very like reflective, heavy metal and reflective. But I also feel like, I don't know, some things are being swept up in our lives right now. And I want you to think about what is it that you are cleaning up shop with. Subconsciously, we're thinking about the way that we communicate our desires, the way that we communicate our thoughts, and like sometimes they come across as very like grating or biting, or that's what we seem to think. But that's not the way that it's supposed to be looked at. And I want you to kind of like bear in mind. Sometimes like talking about it is like the hardest thing to do, but it becomes easier the more that you do it with the right people, or the people that it needs to be done with. When the Knight of Swords comes up in reverse, I think about it as just like, you know, we're getting too caught up in our head, and sometimes we have to just like do based on what we know, and like stop overthinking things and look at things in the rearview mirror. So how are you looking at stuff in the rearview mirror right now? Okay, perfect. Sorry, I just got this email of something that I'm working on that I'm actually supposed to be working on. So I feel like this is a perfect reason for me to like wrap it up for us. But with the Knight of Swords coming up, it's kind of like our final card. Like, it's just like, this is how we stay motivated. Like, it's all about us just like staying mentally clear right now. You know, something is telling me to give you the write-up for this. And that's where I'm going to end it, since this is a Patreon exclusive. So in reverse, rude, tactless, forceful, bully, aggressive, vicious, ruthless, and arrogant. So maybe we've been coming across as that. I know that I've been coming across a little like maybe rude, maybe just like, you know, less than tact. But it's just because I've been I've also been coming from a place, because it says suggests incredible impatience, impulsiveness, alongside with his bursting with energy. The Knight of Swords has a lot of energy but lacks any kind of direction, and this oftentimes results in them making rather rash decisions, as well as pulling other people down with them. Their thoughts are oftentimes scattered without any actual organization or logic. They are most likely disorganized and unprepared for the things they actually want to achieve. This indicates you still have a lot of miles to walk in order to get the valuable life experience that you need to overcome adversities along the way. This is something to consider. Reversed in love, this could be an aggressive partner, bullying, abuse, and intense arguments. In career, ruthless or vicious at work, arrogance and intimidation. In finances, is fraud, scams, coercion, and shady financial deals. So I don't know if that means anything. I was like, I'm waiting on a check to come in, and I'm praying that that check comes in soon. She will. She will. She will. She will. All right, excuse me. That was very disgusting. But hey, y'all stuck with me. I'm still getting, I don't have to explain anything. I don't know why I'm explaining anything. I always do this. It's a symptom of my trauma. But I hope that you guys receive something from this, or even if it's just wanting to see my face to see that I'm alive. I am alive. I'll be doing a live tomorrow. I think I spoke with you all about this. I'll be doing a live tomorrow with Ebony, Coach Ebony, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm looking forward to it. It should be nice. I'll look better than this because I have on no pants, and you see that my hair is wrapped up and my shit is giving Brillo pad. But that's just the space that I've been in. Look at my arms looking a little something, but that's not muscle at all. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Why do I want muscles? Sorry, now I'm going on a tangent. Peace and hair grease. That's all I got for you. We'll talk soon.